power is
You know,
yours.
yeah, I'm stopping it right now.
Excellent.
Good, yeah. The
Let's get rid
power
of
is
Elizabeth.
yours.
So you made your way out of the smoke-filled room.
Yeah.
After murdering a bunch of hapless.
They attacked me first.
That's not
And
the way I remember
can
it.
I close that door? Does that work?
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's close that door. How would you guys feel about a short rest for me to meditate and recover some magic?
That's fine.
Okay with a short rest.
I can read from my book of wizard jokes while we're taking a rest.
Oh, please do.
Okay. What is a wizard's favorite subject in school?
Magic.
Spelling.
Oh.
I believe I need a, what is the exact word? Safe environment to rest, so you might not be allowed to read that book.
See, now that was funny.
That was pretty funny. They should put that in the book.
So where are you taking a short rest?
I'm fine with just sitting down here, going on a
Backtrack
mat,
to the
trying to
office?
meditate.
Maybe backtrack to that office. That seemed pretty safe.
The office would be my pick too. Yeah.
Okay. Sure, let's go to the office.
What are they? The boggles out in this.
Holy crap, this door is open and there's a hole in there. Look at that.
The one with the boggles in it originally?
Yeah, the one that had the boggles, I never got the chance to look at that door.
Let's see, I closed that door. I call the couch.
So we pulled doors shut and take an
Psionic shut that door.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna focus the hour paying attention to this door here because of the voice on the other side, and we haven't actually done anything in that room yet. So I think if we're gonna be molested in here, it's gonna come through that door.
Alright, anyone else doing anything for the hour?
As part of the rest, I'd like to attempt to attune with this sword. I know, it might have some hidden magical properties I didn't see, just swinging it. And if not, hey, I've got a sword. It makes light. I don't have dark vision, that works.
And at the end of the rest, you don't manage to attune to the sword. It doesn't seem like it requires attunement.
Sure.
And nothing that costs the rest of you.
Alright. I get a spell slot back and spend some hit die. God, wizards have crap hit die.
Hey, Phil with a F.
What?
What do you call a dog wizard?
You're gonna ruin Xarim's rests if you continue this.
A labracadabrador?
Oh, I hate it.
These aren't good. Like, I'm not laughing at any of these. They're just not funny.
Okay,
Usually
yeah,
I
that's
laugh
good
at
time.
dumb
I got a
shit.
spell slot back. I'm ready to go.
Keep trying, though. You might get there.
Right.
It's not his fault the book is bad, but it is his fault that he keeps reading from it. We should...
Were there any other doorways aside from that in this passage?
We haven't looked at the one.
Yeah, there's that one. I always have them crossed
And
through
there's
and
a-
try and
there's-
detect
there's-
magic.
Yeah, there's two doors on the left. Yeah.
What? In fact, I'm going to close this door back up. And I'm going to start casting detect magic as a ritual before we leave the room.
Fair.
And the ritual goes off.
Okay. Let's go have a look at that walkway.
I feel like we're playing like a group session of NetHack.
Except in NetHack you can corner around corners, but not through doorways. And in this you can corner through doorways, but not around corners.
I don't know what that means.
I know.
We got two doors on the left. one
Looking
of
into that door on the left that you're standing next to, the walls of this chamber are lined with red clay bricks. At the far end is what looks like a deep circular pit. And the room is hot, humid, and smells of ash. And the pit is glowing a fiery red.
Any magic in there?
You can
Sorry.
see evocation magic coming from the pit.
Okay. What about in this room with the yellow pathway?
Give me 1 second.
Sorry to make you jump around.
Mhm.
No, it's fine. You see illusion magic coming from the room.
Can I find the specific source of that with the second round of concentration?
No, it seems like it's just coming from the room in general.
And I'll go ahead and let's open this door and take a look in here.
Looking
With
in here,
magic. Yep.
rows of workbenches line the room, each covered in the detritus of experiments long finished. Scorch marks dot the scene, and the stench of fire and acid assail the senses. Beakers, vials, and buckets of unidentifiable arcane goo can be seen around the area. And the room just seems to be packed with volatile alchemical reagents and other sorts of miscellaneous components. Make me a perception check or arcana check at advantage.
I'm gonna take that Arcana at advantage.
Yep.
That's a 12.
Looking in the room, you don't manage to kind of spot anything off the top of your head.
So its components is not actually like any active magic unless you start mixing them.
It looks like, no, you see like a lot of different magical signatures because it's a lot of components and a lot of them are already pre-mixed and there's like sludge and stuff all around. You just don't see anything that looks immediately useful.
Okay. And I'll share all that information with my companions.
Okay.
Is there any? Is there anything in there besides random alchemical things?
Make me an
Like-
investigation check.
In the sense of, that's a big old fat nope. That's like a 4.
Looking from outside the room, you're not able to spot anything.
Hmm.
And going into the room will be difficult if you want to avoid knocking over any like reagents and such.
Well, let's not do that then.
Yeah, if there's
Unless we
nothing,
need to-
if there's nothing blue crystal unicorn shaped in this room, I have no interest in it. If you wizard types want to go in and root around for a few moments, though, I got your back.
Going in there is going to be treated as difficult terrain as long as you're being
No.
careful to not knock things over.
I think I got enough with my detect magic from out here. I don't see anything I need a better look at.
So we got illusion magic coming out of the yellow snake room here. I didn't even move in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
So one of two things is going on in this room. Either the yellow tiles are the safe path to the door, or the yellow tiles are BS.
Yep.
Do we have anything?
You know what? I still have all my hit points, and my second wind, and my hit dice, and everything. Hacha! I'm gonna hop on the first yellow tile.
Alright.
Well, technically, I guess it's the second yellow tile.
Stepping into the second yellow tile and looking around the room, once again you see those murals. However, now that you've kind of stepped into the room, you can see that on the western wall where you came in
Mm-hmm.
are the words in capital letters "Get Through" inscribed on the wall.
Get through.
Yep.
How is it? So it's just like,
There you
okay,
go.
yeah.
Do you guys want me to open that door from here before we go through here?
I guess so. If anything terrible pops through it, I can just fill it with crossbow bolts.
Yeah, let's psychic that door open.
From what you can see where you're standing, Uncle
Mhm.
Phil,
Yeah.
it seems you see what looks like a large mirror kind of covering the floor.
Yeah, relay that.
You want to kind of poke at the floor as we go along?
I'm going to. What were the murals in here depicting?
The murals in here are depicting Helmite funerary rituals,
Right.
That's right.
and there are 12 mages carrying holy symbols of Mystra.
I'm pretty sure one of them is the canoe. It's a Final Fantasy one.
All right, I'll tell you what.
Sages. Oh, okay.
We'll go by consensus here.
Odd. I played too much randomizer. Sorry.
Should
No,
I,
I got it.
Should I work my way along the yellow snake towards the door? Should I beeline for the door, or should I do something else?
So
Okay.
here's my thought. I
Yeah.
have an idea. Is that you're going to go through we're going to follow the snake through the door, and then on the other side we're going to have to follow the reverse pattern because it's a mirror and it doesn't have the pattern written on it.
Yes.
All right.
So I could beeline in one round, but it would take me a couple rounds.
So yeah, you could get there with 30 feet of movement. It looks like all the way into the next room. How about we
Alright.
tie a rope to your waist, and then yank you back if it looks like the ceiling tries to collapse on
The
you?
reason that potentially a bad idea is once I get to like this point here, the rope
Yeah, the
will be
rope's gonna hit the- yeah.
dragging directly towards the door. So I'm gonna hustle my way across. Oops.
What if I made a stack of floating discs on discs on discs?
There. I've done it.
You hustle your way across, and running along the tiles, nothing accosts you.
Okay.
Looking into the next room, all the surfaces in this chamber are made of a single magic mirror that has been shaped to become walls, floor, and ceiling. Standing in the middle of the room is a 3-foot tall statue of a rearing unicorn formed out of a blue crystal.
So I relay what I've seen.
Oh, that's a bit larger than I was expecting. Maybe I should actually start making a disc.
Can this be what we've come for?
Do we still have a? Is the unicorn covered in illusion magic?
Can I get a look at it from here?
Here, I'll step aside.
Looking at the unicorn, it does appear to be magical. Give me 1 second.
Should be within 30 feet. One.
Sorry, I wasn't anticipating this.
You weren't
Probably
anticipating us
foolishly.
finding the blue unicorn and the
I
adventure.
wasn't anticipating having to determine all of the things that are going on here. I'm gonna say it's necromancy.
Okay.
Good.
So either the blue unicorn statue does necromancy, or that's an undead unicorn.
So is it attached to this dais in the center of the room?
It
Or-
is just kind of lying on the dais, like it's standing in the middle of the room.
Oh, the dais is 3 feet tall. The unicorn isn't that big?
No, the unicorn is 3 feet tall. The dais
Okay.
is just kind of like a small dais that it's on.
Okay.
So the plan is to floating disc this thing out?
I mean, that's the... I'm assuming as soon as someone steps in there, we'll have to come up with a new plan.
Well, let's start out by getting the floating disc out, and I'll ride the disc in.
Okay, I'll start concentrating on floating. The disc just follows me. You can't ride it.
I can't ride it?
No, it just follows behind you.
Oh.
I mean,
Well,
you could ride. You could ride it if I went into the room.
It might take two of us to move this statue anyway.
You've got 8 strength. Let me go in with him.
I've also got full hit points.
So do I.
Oh, okay.
I mean, do you want to be waiting in this room for the 10 minutes it's going to take me to cast disc?
In the snake room?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Nothing bad has
Part
happened
of me
yet.
feels like get through says that we should be doing this in the antechamber.
All I know is these hints are a little too vague.
All right, about face, reverse.
Yeah. Let's get a disc before we go through. Let's not wait in the room that says get through for 10 minutes. And I'll start casting the disc ritual.
Does seem like those staying on. Well, I'm not gonna say anything. Maybe every time we run across that path, we're charging up that statue.
Alright, roll for initiative.
Yes.
How far did I make it in my disc ritual?
About 3 minutes.
Okay.
Just roll it on the thing.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Oh, that's a low
Oh,
number.
right. About the same.
It's a real low number.
Oh god, I must have rolled a 1. I have a +4.
What? I rolled another 20.
Nodal, it says my name is Fanboy, but since my avatar is Dr. Phil, I keep reading it as Fat Boy.
That's uncalled for.
Fat boy Phil.
I'm trying to think if I've ever played a morbidly obese D&D character. I feel like I must have at some point.
I remember you had that story about that morbidly obese character, I think.
I don't know what story you're referring to.
It was like fat halfling that just like flew everywhere or something. I forget.
This isn't ringing a bell.
I think you said it was Vorpal's character.
Alright, fill with an F.
Yes.
Make me a strength athletics or dexterity acrobatics check.
Ooh, Dex Acrobatics. I'm actually tasty at. It's going to be 11 plus 5 is 16.
And you are easily able to avoid a boggle appearing from the floor below you
I am
and attempting to shove you back into the room with the yellow path.
Is everybody else sick of these guys?
And then he just kind of waves cheekily at you and drops back away.
Guys,
Oh,
we have a boggle
surprise.
problem.
Surprised, surprised. Make me that check again.
Yeah, let's make the check again. Why not?
Yeah.
Rick is understanding.
Same roll.
And once again, you're able to fend it off as it attempts to push you, shove you back into the room.
Mm-hmm.
But then it pops back out of sight.
Rick
Make you that check
understanding.
again. How about?
Wow.
Yeah, let's do it.
A hatch opens is such an annoying adventure.
Oh, it's so good though. It's a
Oh god,
23.
you're rolling so well.
I'm a Dex fighter. I got the acrobatics. What?
And the boggle pops back in. Surprised.
Yeah, I'm not going nowhere, assholes.
One last check.
Yeah, how many more boggles you got in there? There we go. It's 21.
Yeah, he can't make that. And he falls back away. Leading us back to the first boggle, who... You know what? No. That's it, we're off initiative.
Okay. Perfect. I'm glad we did that. Thanks, Nodal.
So wait, I didn't get interrupted. Am I still 2 minutes into the disc ritual?
Yeah, absolutely.
Continue casting disc.
They
Like,
all thought they had this real good plan, and then they all four whiffed. I think they're gonna call it a day on that one.
okay, 8 more minutes of disc then.
It's like, well, that was a wash. Let's go get boggle juice or whatever boggles you
What happened when you try to push the really nimble fat guy?
Is that how that works?
Apparently, it just happened.
You live by the die.
And yeah, after another few minutes, the disc pops up.
Okay. Let's go get that thing. Oops,
Yeah.
didn't mean to do that.
Now, how exactly does this disc follow you?
Well, when I'm more than 20 feet away from me, it moves towards me. Can I actually get a thing for the disc?
Sure. Just give me 1 second. What are the rest of you doing? Are you waiting for him to go through the room, or are you following along?
I'll be following along
Behind.
behind them, but it's my understanding that somebody else was going to go in and get the statue with him because they had a greater strength.
Yeah,
That's what
I'll
I
do
heard.
that. Yep. So I'm gonna climb on the disc is what I'm gonna do.
All right.
Hey, Niles.
All right, so I can put the disc anywhere within 30 feet of me when I cast it. So I'm going to put it here where my cursor is. Is that a disc or is that me?
It's a disc. I'm trying to make it smaller, but
Okay. And then I am going to move with the rest using my movement for that round. So I'll end within 20 feet of it.
there. That should be a little more obvious.
So the disc doesn't have to move.
Which one's the disc?
The disc is the one that's here.
Okay, gotcha.
Here, I'll give it a different image.
Thanks.
Did I lose my marker? I don't see me anymore.
All right, I do not have an overly complicated move. Oh, I do. I mean, I have a ridiculously complicated plan to try and get this disc out of here
Mhm.
without going off of the path, but we'll see how that works.
You're one south of where I'm sitting.
Yeah, okay.
You found yourself? Okay.
Oh, so we're all coming back in here? Awesome. Sounds like a good time.
Yeah, why not?
All right, and then I am going to
Yeah, that's
won't
that's
really
fine.
matter how I move, but I'll move up to here to get ready for when two of us. Is that
That's a disc.
okay? Sorry, I think we did not understand which was which. There. Okay. Is that the square I summoned the disc in?
That's a
Yeah.
disc?
Okay.
That's a
Yeah.
disc.
No, that is a lamprey eel.
No, it's a disc.
All right, and I believe
Okay.
two of us are going in there to get the statue.
Ah, what the heck? Yep. I'll just keep
Everyone has
taking-
control of the disc because I don't want to have to deal with it myself.
And then I am 5, 10, 15. I am greater than 20 feet away from the disc, so it follows me. Oh, so it remains 20 feet away. Okay. No, it doesn't move 20. 5, 10, 15. It ends its turn there.
So we have to carry this statue 20 feet.
No, I'll move up, and the disc will follow. I'll have to carry the statue 5 feet. So I move to here. Stupid disc moves to here. And then we pick up the statue.
Hmm.
And you are holding a 3-foot tall statue of a rearing unicorn.
And I
Is
put it on the disc.
Yeah. Does it otherwise match the description we were given of the unicorn statue?
You were told that if you go in there and you find a different blue unicorn and you take it out, you're good.
Good enough, yep. I specifically asked. And then I'll start leaving.
And you walk through the door
Mhm.
and suddenly find yourself completely nude standing outside the door.
So here,
Yep. And
Is-
Phil following him. I saw that. Don't think I didn't. You too walk outside the door and find yourself completely nude. And turning around, standing on the dais is all of your clothing and all of your assorted gear.
Hey, we're gonna start calling
Flower
him
casts
Little
and
P.
avert your eyes.
hold on, I need to see something. Alright, so 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay. If I move to there, the disc tries to go through the door.
And the disc floats through the door, and you see a Celestite unicorn sitting on a dais 20 feet behind it inside the room.
All right.
Along with all my clothes.
I'm going to pick my stuff up I'm gonna pick like one of the whips up and just yeet it through the door at Niles.
Excuse
And
me?
you yeet it through the door, and it pops back up on top of the dais, whacking you in the back of the head.
You're going to yeet the whip?
Okay, yes, I yoted it.
All right. Well, I'm gonna. Can you help me put my armor back on, please?
Sure. We'll get dressed.
Thank you.
Okay. So everyone want to be in here for when we smash the mirror?
Wait, what?
I mean, I don't see how else we're gonna get out of here. What's on? Okay. Well, actually, let me try closing this door and see what's on the back of it.
When you close the door,
Mhm.
you see written in purple fire along the back of the mirror, which now is completely unbroken surrounding the room.
Yeah.
The words, "Everything you see is mine."
Okay.
I think we break the mirror.
Oh, hold on a second. Open this. Let's see. I already. Did you put on your clothes, right?
Yeah,
But you don't have armor, so it doesn't take you time to take it off.
I
and put
do.
it
I do. It's just leather armor though.
on. Why don't you close your eyes and walk through the door just to check?
Okay. I got my eyes closed.
And the rest of you see him just walk through the door with his eyes closed, and then he's standing there completely nude, looking very chilly.
And I put my hands on my shoulders and like, I'm naked, aren't I?
Very naked.
Flower
Got-
averts her eyes again.
Just got the wide stance. All right.
This is unbecoming.
You're a cat.
It was everything you see or everything I see?
Exactly. This is
Said,
unbecoming.
"Everything you see is mine."
Boy, do we have
everybody-
like
Oh,
tarp or anything?
no.
I was about to say, like a secondary thing is like everybody else leave the room so we can kind of.
Yeah. I don't like where this is going.
So we're leaving now?
Yeah.
Do you guys want me to throw up my little mining pickaxe in there so you can break the mirror?
We've got multiple.
All
I've
right.
got multiple that can break.
But I don't see where this is going. What did you see that I
I
didn't?
don't know either,
If-
but
If they
Like,
have to keep their eyes closed to get through that room, they're gonna have to find themselves straying off the path.
No, I was gonna say no, I wasn't that, but oh my god, I didn't think about that. I was like everything you see. I was figuring like it's everybody. Everybody's got to close their eyes.
okay.
That's what I figured. So you close your eyes.
Like,
When you
Yeah.
walk into the disc, stop.
Like none of you guys. Like I'm gonna yell. Everybody, close their eyes. I'm gonna walk out.
Did everyone listen?
Yes.
yeah. I mean, we're not in the room even, so.
Yeah, I'm back over. I'm back over right here.
Well, yeah, but you're back over right there. He's right there. You can see him from there.
I'm closing my eyes though.
And Phil, you walk out through the room, and this time you find yourself still in possession of your item.
All right. All right. Do we have a rope in here?
I have. No, I don't think anybody
No, I
gather the rope.
Unless you have a rope on you.
I might have a rope.
I'm gonna
on.
open this door and get my rope, and then close the door again.
Maybe if I called out.
Do you want to shoot him Ethan
where
quick?
Do I what?
Want to shoot him Ethan real quick?
No, I'm good.
I have
maybe,
rope.
maybe if I call out the steps where like you take 5 paces this direction, then take 5 paces this direction, etc., etc. If I call that out to you, maybe.
So
All right, let's put this statue on this disc.
yeah, we'll do that.
I'll step down. I like that plan. I'm going to close my eyes. Wait, but you have to have your eyes closed too.
Right. So we just kind of like
I'm going to pull out a piece of parchment and a ink quill, and I'm going to draw the path.
Which you'll
As
be
I
able to
see it.
see with your eyes closed?
No, before I step through.
Oh, to make sure that you have it right in your mind?
Yeah.
Got it.
how much does this statue weigh? Does it
Maybe about... It's made of crystal, so it's not especially heavy. Maybe about 50 pounds.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna get on the. I'm gonna get on the on the discs and close my eyes. I'm gonna get dressed and get all of my stuff and the same thing.
Yeah, me too. All right, and then with committed to memory as well as I can, I will step. Wait, hold on. I actually have one other idea here. All right,
Okay.
so one of my cantrips is encode thoughts, which lets me put an image into a thing. It basically makes what's called a thought strand.
Yeah,
That
sure.
can hold an image, and then I can recall that image in my mind without actually having to open my eyes. So I'm gonna draw the path. Then I'm gonna cast encode thoughts to create a thought strand of that path, and I'm gonna shove it back into my mind before I step out.
Magical augmented reality.
Sure. And you encode the thought into the strand and walk out, and your feet kind of follow it. You're a little hesitant at first because you're still doing it blind, even if you have an idea of where you should be.
Right?
But with everyone else's coaching, you manage to make your way out. And you find yourself at the door with a dumb floating disc floating behind you with an idiot on it.
With an idiot on it.
And no unicorn though.
And the unicorn as well.
Idiot and a unicorn.
With a dumb
That
idiot.
was the important part.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
Cool.
let's see if that. Wait. So let's see
Cool.
if that gets through the force wall that was keeping us from leaving.
Yeah, let's. That seems to be the next step.
If you're gonna stay on that disc, I'm gonna let you drive it.
You can attach it to somebody.
No, I mean like as out of character. Like you're gonna be riding the disc, you can. Move
You don't have to carry the disc with it. It's understood. There's a disc. Don't
Okay.
worry.
Yeah, we'll grab the disc from wherever it was if we need it in the future.
Yeah.
Open this door.
Is that everybody?
So wait, most of this dungeon was just terrible traps we didn't even need to deal with, from what I can tell. That's great.
Well, if we can get out.
Yeah, we gotta get out first.
No, that's true.
I'm sure there's something stopping us. Whoops.
Skeleton friend was very helpful.
Yeah.
Pointing my arrow at skeleton friend, backing up the whole way.
Skeleton friend did nothing wrong.
He was helpful.
What does the mural look like now? Out of curiosity.
Oh.
Does it look like
The mural?
Yeah,
Make me a perception check.
I've got one of those. 10.
You see a small picture of yourself looking in the far corner. There seems to be a small golden door, and you see just a bright, shining light coming from behind it as you open it up with just a look of surprise and joy on your face.
The doors of paradise.
Weird.
No, it does not look like the gate. It looks like a door with like a golden sheen to it.
Okay, well, we took the silver path, not the gold path, right?
Yeah.
You also see a picture of Uncle Phil there,
Mhm.
standing in front of the statue, and holding out in his hand and looking at it a wand.
I have literally never touched a wand in my life. I'm thinking that mural was some hot bullshit. Although, I'm curious. I want to flip through the guest book. Has
Yeah.
anybody signed their name twice?
And looking through it, you do find a couple instances of people signing their name twice. And in one instance, you find it there about 5 times.
What's that
Each
name?
time looking like it was written increasingly angrily.
Is it ferocity?
The font is getting angrier and angrier. So wait, I walk through. There's no longer a force wall there. I walk out.
No, you're just able to walk straight out.
All right, let's take this disc back to the yawning portal.
Yeah, good idea.
Convert, yeah.
1 second.
Yep.
As you step out of the main gate, suddenly, who's closest to the disc? I think that would be Uncle Phil.
Well, there's somebody riding it, I thought.
Is there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Phil.
Yeah, I'm still.
Phil is on the disc,
Yeah, I'm riding the disc.
which is
Oh,
20 feet
Phil,
behind
then.
me.
Phil, you hear a voice speaking in a tinkling voice directly into your mind. Oh, thank you so much for taking me out of that heinous place.
You're welcome.
I'm welcome for
Do
what?
you say that out loud?
Yeah, I'm saying it out loud. I'm hugging the 3-foot statue, kind of just to stay on the.
Yeah. You're welcome for what? Who are you talking to?
I don't
He said
know.
Thank you.
And as you say, I don't know, the voice speaks in your mind once again and says, "Oh, I'm sorry, so rude of me. My name's Primara, and I assure you, I am a real unicorn."
It's Primara, and apparently she is a real unicorn.
This is one last trick from the.
I move 25 feet away from the entrance to the alley.
And you kind of slide out of the alley, holding the unicorn. And she says, "Please tell your companions. I assure you, this is no trick. Many years ago, I was transformed by an evil enchanter into this form when he sold me to a horrible man named Mert. Recently, I would say a few weeks back, I was stolen once again and placed here in this alley. And I beg you, please, I will find some way to reward you for this. I'll do whatever favor I can if you can find some way to free me from this statue."
What does Xarim think of this?
Do I hear this?
No, but I'll relay the words, I guess. Like, apparently, she's a real unicorn, and Merc is her captor.
Mert strikes me as a braggart, but not a villain.
I mean, I feel like my opinion on the whole matter is what? 80 gold is probably worth less in the favor of a real unicorn. And we don't exactly, I think, have a time limit. Oh, but we do need to get our money back for our bets.
When you say Mert is her captor,
Mhm.
she cuts you off real quick and says, "I would not want to mislead you. Mert is my jailer. He is not my captor."
What's the
Jailer.
difference?
And when you say, "What's the difference?" she says, "It was the enchanter who placed me into the statue's form. Mert did not do this to me."
Do we know this enchanter's identity?
And she responds, "Unfortunately, I'm not aware."
Why were you put into the statue?
And you get back the kind of mental impression of a sigh, just kind of long and drawn out, and she says, "Unfortunately, I assume that there are just creatures willing to do evil for the sake of it. Either that, or he was hoping for some sort of monetary reward. I assume Mert paid him well."
Well, do you know why your statue is giving off an aura of necromantic magic?
I would assume it's from my soul having been placed within the statue.
No, that adds up. So, if we go to a plane where time travels at a different rate and leave the statue there, maybe it will die of old age and then we can reincarnate it.
What?
I'm just thinking out loud here. I'm workshopping.
Okay, that doesn't.
Wow.
You said a lot of words, and I'm not entirely sure what they all
That
mean.
Does
So
not seem like a solution.
I'm thinking that,
Oh,
like I said, Mert seems like a braggart, but not a villain.
do we have? Can you I don't know, turn the statue into a golem under the power of the thing? I don't know magic. I'll listen. All I know are wizard jokes and whips.
And
I can put
wizard
things
jokes
to
to your
sleep and I can conjure acid. That's about it. And fire.
your wizard jokes leave much to be desired, but
And an invisible hand.
No, that's psionic. That's not magic.
Oh, my bad.
Wish we had
Hey,
gold
Niles.
to work with, but we gave it all away and put it on bets.
Hey, Niles, what happens
You
to wizards when
gave
it rains?
Your gold away.
what happens to a wizard when it rains?
They get wet.
Oh my god. Wait,
You're
yeah,
fired.
you're a
You're
druid.
fired. Can we just throw him? Can we just forge his name, throw him back in there, and just leave?
Throw the whole fill away.
You got to spare. It's fine. As a druid, like, do you know anything about the nature of unicorns? Whether there's, because either the statue's telling the truth and it is a transmogrified unicorn, or it's a trick of the
Right.
I don't
of the
think
maze.
it's transmogrified because the unicorn specifically said its soul was placed in the statue, which is why it's giving off necromantic energy.
I'm a level 2 fighter. As far as I'm concerned, that's what transmogrified means.
I'm gonna.
I mean, it's just a question to me of how is it worth that gold to us to.
I'm a good aligned
I'm in
character,
favor.
so I can't, in good conscience, sell this unicorn back to Mert if it's actually a unicorn.
All right,
I'm
everybody.
lawful
also,
neutral,
I'm
but I
with you.
think I don't. Yeah, I don't particularly want a living creature to be entrapped in whatever this is either. So
I mean, ownership is. She's not a living creature. She's a statue.
That's
Ownership is 9/10 of the law.
wow. So we turn you into the guards, right? You go to jail.
Yeah, you can go to jail now. Thanks.
Um,
I'm of the opinion that we should try to set this unicorn free. I believe the statue, if nothing else, that it puts a wrench in the works of Blue Alley. At least for a little while until
there are like
Until
magic
they have some other
colleges.
toy to, until they find some other magic toy to put in there to
Yep.
bamboozle the adventurers that go in there.
There are like magic colleges and things in Waterdeep that we could hire to get to the bottom of this, but I think would be pretty expensive.
what about like a local circle of druids? What if we just leave the city? We've got another hour on this disc. I can make another one after that.
Miss
Here's-
Unicorn lady, whose name I forget.
Does the unicorn only psychically talk to Phil?
Yeah,
At the
Here's
moment,
Okay.
yes.
go ahead, McDohl.
Here's the concern that I have if we're gonna leave the city, is that Mert's a big mover and shaker. He's not gonna. He likely we go traipsing out of town with this thing in tow. Word's gonna get back to him. That we
I mean,
see-
my understanding was the whole thing we just did was watched because how else would they put bets on how we're going to die?
Yeah, exactly.
fair point.
Well, my opinion is Mer can keep the reward that he offered us for the statue plus the double earnings on the bets for all of us to live, and we'll be even.
Also, I'm not gonna lie, Phil was kind of not wanting to sell this thing to Mert in the first place, simply because it's exactly the kind of like pristine artifact that he thinks belongs in a museum.
I was expecting it to be like a little figurine about the size of a mug.
I also was expecting that. Yes.
Yeah.
Also across Flower's mind, but she puts a paw on the statue.
Well, okay. I am not part of a faction per se. Like, I'm not high enough level for that kind of nonsense. But am I
Sure.
aware of the various factions?
Yeah, you live in the city. You'd
Okay.
be aware of the various factions.
I think what we should do then is try to get in touch with a contact from the Emerald Enclave.
That's a good call, probably.
Those,
I have
it's like,
no idea who those are.
It's like the hippy dippy elven forest sylvan magic faction. So if anybody would have a vested interest in finding out a way to break a curse on a unicorn, I think that would be an avenue
Why?
to work with.
If you're that sort of person, would you live in a city like this?
You wouldn't. Well, there probably are some contacts in Waterdeep simply because it's the biggest, most populated city along the Sword Coast.
It's the most populated city in the multiverse, as far as I know.
Unfortunately, I don't actually have any faction contacts.
Hashtag fuck Sigil.
None of us
I
know
think
Sigil
Waterdeep's way
exists.
bigger than Sigil, actually, canonically.
Is it?
Because Sigil is large, but I don't think Sigil is actually geographically or population-wise that huge, whereas Waterdeep is just a massive sprawl. But I could
Fair
be
point.
wrong. I don't know FR very well.
Anyway, that's my suggestion. We try to find a contact to the Emerald Enclave that can help us identify whether the statue actually contains a unicorn, and if so, how to break the curse on it.
I am all for that.
I'm
much-
in agreement.
How much does it take to get a level 1 spell cast?
I mean, we can just buy the scroll and a pearl if you want to cast Identify, but I don't have that kind of money on me.
I have 5 gold because I gave it all to Mert.
No, well, I was gonna say like if we could get somebody to like none of us are clerics, so we can't cast detect evil and good.
Oh, that'd be a great idea.
Yeah,
We could probably go to a temple and it's a level 1 spell, so it couldn't cost more than 25, I wouldn't think.
Is there like a god of unicorns in this world we could go to the temple of?
God of unicorns.
We might go to find a temple of Mystra, who's like a goddess of magic.
yeah, they might even be able to tell us something about the spell that is keeping the unicorn in the box.
We go there, we tell the story, and we're like, all we need, like, for a donation to your temple, will you cast Detect Evil from Good, just to confirm that there's, like, a fey spirit inside of this object.
And it's not like a, I don't know, fiend or something.
Right. If it's a fiend, do we go back and sell it to Myrrh?
Yes, exactly.
Well, what if
feel
it's
like
like an
that's-
aberration?
So at
Alright,
this point in time, you probably would want to head to if that's your goal, you probably want to go to a temple of Sylvanas, which is like the god of druids.
There we
Okay.
go, god of unicorns. Let's do it.
You have to forgive me. I know some of the Forgotten Realm shit, but not all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
know
can't
very
remember if
little.
Mistra's dead or not.
Right. Yeah, that's actually what I was thinking.
I had a PC in another game who
Spectra
was
and therefore magic dead right now.
Yeah.
That's all I know about Mystra is she's the goddess of magic, because I had a PC in another campaign who was her
I,
follower.
mean, I think her body is also physically the weave or some bullshit like that.
I
I
think
don't know.
Mistra's died twice at this
Yeah.
point.
Who hasn't?
Yeah, let's go to the Sylvanas temple.
I know nothing about Forgotten Realms.
Mr.
Heading into the temple,
Okay.
you're met at the door by a cleric who welcomes you inside and asks what you would want at the Temple of Sylvanas.
We want you to tell us if this is a unicorn. And I'm gonna go, ta-da!
Jazz hands and everything.
Yeah, jazz hands.
And the druid starts to close the door in your face slowly.
No. What my friend is trying to say is we came upon this artifact in in I guess a game of chance, you might say. Anyway, the how and why of how we came by it isn't really relevant. What we're trying to find out is if my friend here has been spoken to by a spirit apparently in the statue or something or other, and we're trying to ascertain the veracity of its claims.
Claims to be a unicorn.
That
I see. So you want me to examine whether this statue has the proper aura, then.
Sure.
All right. For a small donation, I'd be happy to assist you in this matter.
I have
How
5
much is-
gold remaining that I will put towards this.
I think I've
donation.
got 10. Let me check.
How much is a small donation? Because, like...
Yeah, I've
that's,
got
like,
10 gold.
relative.
I will contribute my only 5 gold
I can contribute 10
as
gold.
a druid. This seems like a good use of that gold.
I have 0 gold, so...
Yep, I'll throw in my 10 gold. I'll throw in
And
9 gold. I need to eat tonight.
when you throw in all of your money, she kind of looks at the pile and then nods and picks it back up, putting it into a purse at her side. And then you see her just start to step towards the unicorn. 1 second. I want to check something.
Hey, Phil. Did you
Yeah.
hear about the wizard whose company went bankrupt?
No.
He had to let his staff go.
What did the tired wizard do?
Took it down.
He sat down for a spell.
Oh my god.
Please, this requires concentration. And after a few moments, the druid waves her arms, and you hear you smell the smell of just freshly cut grass permeate the air. And she nods to herself and says, I cannot for certain tell you whether or not it is a unicorn. However, I can tell you that it is a celestial.
Okay, that answers some questions.
So, so now our mission becomes to break the curse of the statue. Phil is convinced.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'll ask in Celestial, is that true? To the statue.
Are you the closest person to the statue?
Sure, I'll walk up to it to ask that.
And you hear the voice in your head respond, yes. I believe that is the name that your kind calls mine.
Thought you were a unicorn. Aren't those different things?
And you kind of get the sense of a head shaking. And she says, some of us are more mortal than others.
Sure, that makes sense to me.
So if this is a celestial, Miss, I don't know, Mr. Priest, Miss Priest, whatever. You're just kind of androgynous. I don't know. So that's
She
my
doesn't seem to take offense at that.
well, I mean, I wasn't listening when they introduced themselves, so I'm apologizing. If this is a celestial and it is trapped, isn't it like your like divine duty to free it?
And the elf standing before you kind of shakes her head, and she says, if it is a celestial and it's trapped, I'm sure the means will come about that it will be able to free itself, or it will be able to convince you to free it, which would require a larger sum of gold, of course. You have to understand, we are druids. Any magic or spellcasting that we use to save this unicorn, we're not using to save others. Things have value.
They're capitalist druids.
Sylvanas is neutral.
So
We need to find a good god of.
we need to find a way to collect from Mert without handing over the unicorn. Because the bet wasn't whether we would get back with the unicorn. The bet was whether we would make it out alive.
That would we still wouldn't get the 250 gold for giving him the unicorn.
That's fine, but now we'd have some seed capital to figure out how to break this curse.
How much would it cost to have you find enterprising druids break the curse?
And she says, I'm not certain that we're your best bet for that sort of magic. We would need to first understand exactly what sort of curse was on this creature. I'm telling you this, you understand, out of goodwill. I simply can't know how much it would cost before I know how to break it itself.
Okay.
Or translation, she doesn't know how much it'll cost until she knows how much money we have.
No, she knows how much money you
She
have.
knows how much money we have. I have 1 gold. I mean, do we want to split up and some group go and collect our bet and some? Wait, is the yawning portal where the betting is actually done? Didn't he say he'd place the bet through a third party because he wasn't welcome there?
Basically, what happened with the conversation is that you had heard about that betting was taking place on this dungeon. You would then assumed that he was betting on the dungeon himself, and he let you have that assumption. However, you got the sense with that insight roll that he's actually not welcome anywhere near the betting for the dungeon.
Right, so we
He's
just have
not
to
involved with it at all. He was just
we just
covering
have
the
to
money
find whoever the bet actually got placed through. We don't actually have to deal with Myrrh.
Again, you got the sense that you were making the bet with Mert.
Oh, okay. Well, do we want to split up? Some group stays with the unicorn, and some group goes and collects our winnings.
Who didn't make the bet?
Just
I did not.
Flower did not.
Yeah.
Flower and Niles. Okay, so
I didn't realize Niles didn't. Okay.
Phil and Zaram go and find Mert. The story is that Flower and Niles were killed in the maze. We
And then we gave up.
No, we located the unicorn, but we
Uh-huh.
didn't and we described the trap that it's in, and we think we can get it out, but we need more materials. However, in the meantime, we did come back alive. So
I feel like we wouldn't have been able to get through that wall of force if we didn't get the unicorn. I think he's going to know that. I mean, my opinion is go back and say, well, we're here to collect our bet. We've decided not to sell you the unicorn, but we did survive the maze.
I don't think he'll give us the money for the bet if that's the case.
truth, then, huh?
I mean, but he also probably won't murder us.
He's also a big mover and shaker of Waterdeep.
Is he?
He doesn't have to get his own hands dirty with that.
All we know is that he's not the open lord.
He tells people he's a lord, doesn't he?
He tells people he's
does.
the open lord.
No, he doesn't.
No,
tell
he
people
tells
the
people
open
that he's it is well known that he is one of the masked lords of Waterdeep, but not the open lord, which is what's so odd about it.
I don't like
Normally
this
you don't know who the masked lords are, that's the whole point.
guy.
So like basically it's one of those open wink wink nudge nudge.
I mean, if you think he's not going to give us the money anyway, then we're just wasting our time. I mean, again, I just can't think of a convincing lie with that wall of force.
If only
What if we say that we got the statue out and then it shattered and turned into a real unicorn and ascended to the heavens?
Alright. I'm willing to try that.
Who's the best liar in this group? I've got 8 charisma.
I don't think I've got better.
Mine is a 13, but then again, I'm not trained in deception, so shrug emoji.
-1 to deception.
I got a +0.
There you go.
Plus-
You're our man.
Alright.
I have a +1 to deception.
Oh, there we go.
What am I decepting?
He
What is
said-
the lie we've come up with?
That as soon as we got the unicorn out of the alleyway, the statue shattered and a spiritual unicorn ascended to the heavens in its place.
It was beautiful.
Flower licks her paws and grooms herself. Okay.
So where are we going to stash the actual unicorn in the meantime?
So
Let's just get a flop house somewhere in a different part of the city than where Mur is, and the one person who I guess isn't going, I think Niles is the only one who's not involved in this at this point.
so
I know the perfect flop house. It's got a tap room at the bottom floor and apartments above.
I mean, as long as we can get a disc in there and get a room for what little gold I have left.
Hang on, let me pull out the Waterdeep Dragon Heist book here.
As long as the owners aren't the sort of people to sell you out to Mert.
oh shit.
Oh, you know what? That
Well-
goblin.
Phil, you're from around here. Where's a place that we could stay on the down low?
I mean, I have poor living conditions. So whatever that buys me.
Well, how the houses and buildings around here, right? What are
I don't
they?
think we want to leave it around here.
Why? It's like right under the nose of the. Nobody would think to look in the buildings outside of the blue alley, right?
I
gotta
think
go-
plus we're not even at the blue alley now. We're at the church.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's a good point. Does the
You're having this conversation in front of the priest.
Well, I think at this point we've hopefully found a quiet alley outside of the church.
do you think the druids, the priest druid thing person, do you think they have like, I don't know, locker space we can rent? They seem very capitalistic.
We could ask them, hey, can you hold this for a few hours?
I mean, I think we just need to be somewhere out of sight in Niles' possession, since the rest of us are going back to the yawning portal.
Okay.
Do we want to say that Niles died? I think the name would end up crossed out in that book if that were the case.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So probably...
Oh, now I want to go in there and cross somebody's name out and see what happens.
The book is
Yeah.
on the other side of the wall. No, the book is on this side of the wall of force, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh, you could go and cross Niles' name out.
Not Niles' name. I know Niles.
No, that's the perfect. No, that's the perfect crime, though. We cross that
No,
way.
no,
We
no,
explain
no,
why
no, no.
Niles isn't with
Listen.
us. Niles isn't part of the bet.
The assumption is if I cross Niles' name out, he will drop dead. And
Guys,
I
it's
don't-
not a fucking death note. Come on.
How do you know?
Xarim is now convinced that this is the perfect plan. We stash Niles someplace with the statue.
Okay.
We cross his name out in the book, and the four of us go and tell him about the unicorn that ascended to the heavens as
If-
the statue shattered.
If Niles is agreeable to that, I will go along with it. But
If
I'm
if
pretty
if
sure.
I die because of this, I'm haunting you.
I think that's fair.
Look, if I would do it myself, except that would cost us 20 gold. 40 gold.
It's fair. But like I said, if I die because of this, I'm haunting you.
That's fair.
So we'll find Niles a flophouse. We'll cross his name out in the book. And hopefully nothing terrible happens. And then go tell Mert that the statue shattered. I think that's the final plan.
Yep.
Alright.
Oh, what a tangled web we weave.
You know, on the scale of the things I tend to do, this is actually on the simpler side for plans.
Phil, what do you get when you melt the Wizard of Oz?
What?
The Wizard of Fluid Outs.
That sucks.
It's the worst.
Say that again?
I got it. I got it.
That's the worst.
I got it. I wish I didn't get it, but I got it.
You know, that's what we're doing. Niles is getting a flop house somewhere in the quiet part of the city. We're going back to the alley to cross his name out, then we're going to Mer with her story.
All right. It's easy enough to find a flop house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you guys go back to cross that name out of the book.
Mm-hmm.
Who's crossing it out?
I'm gonna mage hand cross it out.
And when you go to use your mage hand to cross it out, you find yourself unable to grip the pen.
Can we just go get a different pen and come back? Like, it doesn't have to be with that pen.
I have a pen and inkwell. I'll try my own pen.
All right. As you step up to the book,
Well, with the mage hand. I'm not gonna go back through where the wall of force.
oh no, the wall force is after the
Right,
After the
but I don't trust this thing.
Oh, okay, sure. And yeah, you mage hand the pen over there, and you're somewhat concerned because you know you're not very dexterous with mage hand,
Mhm.
that you're just gonna make a huge mess all over this book.
Yeah.
Make me a dexterity check.
Okay.
Actually, no, I think it would be intellect.
Sure. It's
And you-
22.
And you go to cross the name out of the list.
Mhm.
Make me a wisdom saving throw.
That's 26 because I'm using my reaction to ward against that.
All right. Hey, Phil. Make me a wisdom saving throw. Phil with an F.
Oh my god, why? I didn't do nothing. Oh, I'm not liking the looks of this. That's a 9.
And after a few moments, after you push the presence that you felt pressing in on your mind,
Mhm.
you suddenly hear just a booming laughter, and then the quill pen standing in front of the book lifts up into the air, and you see it make a line on the page.
Can I see
That's
what
it.
name? Oh, okay.
It will, if you go over there and look at it, looks like it crossed out your companion's name.
The right one?
Mhm.
Okay.
So where's Niles? He's gone.
All right. Let's head to Mer.
Okay.
Maybe it was a death note. All right, let's go to Mert.
So just so we have our story straight, what killed Niles in the maze?
Oh, that's right. Smoke Mephits?
Definitely not
All-
Mephits. Those Mephits couldn't do anything right.
I mean, they got their claws in me once.
Electricity.
Electricity.
Ooh, electricity. That's a good one. Yeah, he got fried.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
We never saw how the electricity actually attacked you, though. Maybe we should say the spikes got him, so we can describe it like consistently in between all of us, because we have no idea how the electricity trap worked.
yeah, spikes is fine.
Alright,
Spikes from the
spikes it
floor
is.
that shot up into him as he tried to cross.
Okay. Spikes it is.
All right. And you step into the yawning portal, and you see your good friend Mert sitting at the bar. And the moment you walk in, he turns to face the door, and you see a big smile go over his face as he says, "Friends, you're back! Can't say I was expecting to see you."
Yes.
Try my
then
best
he
to
kind
look
of-
sad.
Looks over to the group of you and says, "You seem to be missing one. Well, no matter.
Wow.
You also seem to be missing my unicorn, however."
Yes. About that. We dropped the unicorn statue, and upon doing so, a unicorn was freed and flew off into the sky.
And
Flower deceptively.
he looks at you a bit disbelievingly and says, "Aren't unicorns horses? Do they fly?"
They're celestials. Of course they fly.
Make me a deception check at advantage.
Why?
Explanation was good enough for me.
It's a 13.
And he frowns heavily as he looks towards you. And then you just hear cursing underneath his breath. But then he steps up and he says, "Well, we had a deal. A unicorn for my gold. And unfortunately, I don't see a unicorn."
But the three of us did come back alive.
And he
Even odd.
sighs and says, "And you did lose one of your companions in my service. I wouldn't want it to be said that I'm an unfair man who does not keep his bets." And he takes out his purse and he counts out the gold and then doubles it and hands it over.
So how much gold am I getting?
I think
I think everyone
120?
20, so everybody gets 40.
Yeah. So everyone's getting 40 gold.
Okay.
And he says, "While the outcome is unfortunate, you did perform adequately, and if you stay within the city, I may have work for you in the future."
Excellent.
I want to go and have a drink somewhere else. This place reminds me of my friend.
And he just kind of looks a little distracted. He says, "Yes, yes, of course. I think we all have sad memories here now."
He had 13 children.
He had more children than hit points, it seems.
All named Phil. Alright, so 120 gold.
Yeah. And I think that is where we are going to call it here, because 120 gold is not going to get anyone a curse of this matter.
Sure.
lifted.
Yeah.
I just want to know if I accidentally killed Niles.
Yeah, that's the rule.
No, going back, you find your friend Niles, hale and hearty.
Okay.
Oh,
And-
great, thank you.
After a few, after I'd say about 15 minutes of catching up and telling him the story, a note is slipped underneath the door.
I take the note and I read it.
And looking at it, it actually is less of a note and more of a postcard, as on the back of it, it just has the line, "I hear breaking curses is very expensive. And I want to tell you, we have many, many more wonderful prizes." And on the back, you see what looks like a postcard of Blue Alley.
comes back for more escape rooms.
Unicorns aren't deadly, though. I feel like it's an important difference. Like, if you fail to leave it, if you fail to get out, they eventually let you out of the escape room.
So
Not
there's-
all of them.
There's a horror movie about that exact
I've
thing.
seen it. It's actually really amusing.
So we have to go back into the maze to find the thing to break the curse on this unicorn.
No, we don't have to do any of that.
Phil
No.
is obligated.
We absolutely do not need to go back into that.
No, I think there's a better. Yeah, there's probably better ways to do that. Let's. My
I
opinion
mean,
is.
I'm okay grifting Mert some more. I mean, sure, why not?
My opinion is let's get the hell out of this city and go find some druids that are more hippie communists that won't charge us money. Will just give us a quest.
Yeah, we could get pretty far. We could get pretty far out of the city with a We could rent a wagon, get ourselves some mules to pull it, just get far out into the woods, away from the city lord who we lied to and stole from.
We didn't steal anything from him. We collected on an honest bet.
Yeah.
I didn't say that. We're stealing his unicorn statue.
No, we're not.
It's not his unicorn statue.
How is it his?
He was
How is it
free to
his
walk to
unicorn
Blue Alley if
statue?
he wanted his own unicorn statue.
As I recall, someone said possession is 9/10 of the law.
It is, and until the law decides to hang you, and they take it from you. Listen, all I'm saying is we don't need to be here. We need to be somewhere else.
I agree.
Funny jokes aside, haha.
So yeah,
That's
with
fun.
your winnings, it'd be easy enough to buy a wagon and load your unicorn, your ill-gotten unicorn, up onto it,
It was very well gotten. Thank you.
and make your way out of the city to hopefully find someone else more helpful. And yeah, that is the end of Blue Alley. Thank you guys for showing up and participating.
I'm really happy I did.
Thank you for running, Nodal.
Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you.
No problem.
Hey, Nodal, before we go,
Yeah.
how do you make a wizard float?
How?
Root beer, 1 scoop of ice cream, and 1 wizard.